Hi everyone, thank you for watching this reading, my first ever pick a card reading. This reading is going to be on how will this Mercury retrograde be affecting you. Right now we are in Mercury retrograde in the sign of Libra until until October 2nd, and this is about how the challenges of this transit are going to be affecting you. So if you manage to watch, if you come upon this after October 2nd, that's fine. A little bit about Mercury retrograde in Libra. Mercury is the sign of communication as well as our thought processes, and it is retrograde, meaning it is retrogrades are a time of challenging us in the areas that particular planet rules. And so, it being in the sign of Libra, we are being challenged within our the realm of our thought processes and our ways of communicating to restore balance, to create more harmony in our lives, more working toward more just relationships with others as well as within ourselves. And so that's what this period is going to be about, and its effects will be unfolding much longer than just when it ends on the 2nd. So I have this reading for each of you to see a snapshot of maybe some of the challenges you'll be facing and some of the rewards you'll be gaining after this period ends. Full disclosure, I did not want to set up my video setup, so I'm back to just audio and pictures. I know that the pictures aren't great. It's mostly something to listen to and for visual aid if you just want to see what some of the artwork looks like. It is Mercury retrograde and I was feeling lazy, so I was not trying to go all out and try to do a fancy video setup. So with that, I have 3 piles today, each represented by a different oracle card. I have group 1 with the Trout and the Lily of the Valley card, group 2 with the Pine and Weasel card, and group 3 with the Crow and Dogwood card. So feel free to pick the group based on what card you feel most drawn to, and we'll get into your reading. For this reading, I'm doing a Heart of the Path spread for a general overview with the with my tiny tarot cards, and then for each pile, I'm using a different deck to do a classic 5-card spread with clarifiers for more information. So take all the time you need to choose your pile, and thank you again for watching. Bye! Hi Pile 1, welcome to your Mercury retrograde reading. The current Mercury retrograde is going to last through to, I believe, October 20th. So here's what it has in store for you. For those of you who chose the Trout and Lily of the Valley card with Purification. So the first thing I'm noticing in your Heart of the Path spread, which we will clarify in a moment, is that you are going through a state of personal transformation. Your back of the deck energy was the Death card, which is, of course, rebirth and transformation. You're also starting with the 7 of Pentacles as representing your current state. The 7 of Pentacles is about patience and waiting to see if the fruits of your labor will manifest. So that's your starting point going into this Mercury retrograde, and the direction that you're headed is being represented by the World, which is fulfillment and completion. So that tells me that you're closing out a cycle, or you're moving forward toward seeing some sort of closure with this Seven of Pentacles situation. Because again, the World is the last card in the Major Arcana, so you're reaching some sort of ending, some sort of end goal. I like to interpret the World card as the boss level. So you're heading from waiting to see if anything will happen to entering the boss level. The card that is showing up here as representing your fear is the King of Wands, which is telling me that you are in a position of power, or that you are a very powerful person, but you don't feel comfortable harnessing that power or acting on that power, and that's going to be something that you're pushed to do during this Mercury retrograde. This Mercury retrograde is in Libra, which is a sign of relationships. So, for those of you who have felt off balance in your relationships, or disempowered within them, now is going to be your time to be pushed to step up, whether that be like sticking up for yourself and, making your new priorities known, shifting how you feel regarding boundaries in the relationship, or just ending the relationship altogether. Like, now is the time that those type of reflections and decisions are going to be made, and they're going to involve you becoming more confident and more empowered in yourself, and hopefully in your relationships as well. The fourth card we have here is representing your hopes and dreams, and it is showing up as the Ten of Wands, which is about carrying burdens. It's also about closing out cycles, and because the wands represent passion and spirituality, the idea of the wands suit ending with the burdens is less about, it's less about like, oh no, I've went through this situation and now I have more to carry, and more about, you're always going to be carrying something, so make sure that the burdens you carry are ones that are relevant to you and what you feel are important. And I feel, especially with this Mercury retrograde in Libra causing us to reflect on our relationships, that can be a big thing to acknowledge that you may or may not be carrying burdens that aren't your own, and needing to take time to reevaluate that. Your card that represents what you need to let go of during this time is showing up as the Three of Pentacles, which traditionally indicates working together towards something. And this again indicates that you need to be stepping into your power more. And part of stepping into your power is not relying so much on others, or learning not to rely so much on others, because you do have power here with this King of Wands. You just need to gather the courage to present it, and to bring it to the table, I guess, is what I'm hearing. And your fifth card is what you would like to hold on to from this situation, and it is the Four of Wands, which is a card of celebration and of feeling at home and of spiritual contentment. And so this is really indicating to me that you want peace and balance within your home and within yourself and within your relationship, and that all of that is something that whatever struggles you're going through during this Mercury retrograde period are leading to that. so long as you actually take the lessons into account and make those changes. All of the peace and harmony is available to you should you learn to step into your power and make the choices that need to be made in order for there to be equilibrium, either within yourself or within a relationship with others. Ideally both. And so the card representing your heart of the path is the Knight of Cups, indicating that there's idealism and romanticism still here. It's a very hopeful time. You're reevaluating your needs so that you can take a step forward and either invite offerings into your life or to be able to feel comfortable offering something to others. For your 5-card spread, we have, I've already pulled the spread and some clarifiers. So for the back of the deck, you have the 6 of Cups, and it's being clarified by the 5 of Cups, indicating to me that this will be a time of reflection and healing, and about moving beyond insecurities. The first card I pulled was the 3 of Swords, which is about heartbreak and needing to heal, and then clarifying that we have the 10 of Wands, which is again about only carrying the burdens that are worth carrying, and that includes, not beating yourself up anymore, not carrying the weight of other people's struggles, just focusing on yourself and your healing, and knowing that you are close to a breakthrough, because again, 10s are always the end of a cycle. Your next card is the King of Cups, and it's being clarified by the Chariot, which indicates to me that you have very strong feelings about something, and you know what you want because the feelings are there and they're determined. And it's being clarified by the Chariot, which is again, powering through, powering forward, doing whatever you can to get to the finish line. So this is saying to me that during this time of purification, as the Oracle card said, reevaluation, reflection, this is to help you fully realize what you want so that you can go after it. It's a real shift in gears from the 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 10 of Wands energy. Next you have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is a very slow and steady wins the race energy, indicating that whatever shift you're making or whatever move you're making forward is something that you have been thinking about and working toward for a long time. But it's being clarified by the Page of Swords, which is a very excited, mentally stimulated energy. And it's also a very fast energy, very quick thinking. So it's you're shifting, again, it's like shifting gears. You're going from very slowly working towards something that you want to really committing and speeding up and really charging toward it. Next we have the Page of Swords, again, and so again really indicating that you've been thinking about this a lot, and it's being clarified by the Page of Pentacles, which is about hard work and determination, showing that again whatever this is something that has been on your mind and that you've been kind of slowly working toward for a long time, and you're starting to shift gears out of the wondering if you're healed enough and wondering if you're ready to fully being able to commit and go toward what you already know you want. And that's being confirmed here with your final card, which is the Star. And the Star is about hope and healing, especially after tragedy. And kind of like, I don't want to say like wish fulfillment, but it's kind of the energy of like having hope and having wishes, and believing that something good can happen. And it's being clarified by the Knight of Swords, which is one of the fastest moving energies in the tarot. So again, just really confirming that this Mercury retrograde season for you is all about reflecting and healing so that you can switch gears and go. So with that, I hope that this was helpful for you, Pile 1. I hope that you have a relatively easygoing Mercury retrograde, and thank you so much for listening to this reading. Bye! Hi, Pile 2. If you were called to the Weasel and Pine card, Introspection, this is your reading. I'm starting off with the Heart of the Path spread for what Mercury retrograde is bringing to you. We're starting off, your back of the deck for the spread is the Page of Wands, so self-liberation is going to be a big theme for you. That and reconnecting with your passions. You're starting off here with the Five of Swords, so this energy of not wanting to admit defeat. The energy that you're moving towards is the Queen of Swords, which is clarity. And the card that is showing up as your fear is the Lovers. And so for some of you, that could mean like literally a fear of relationships. However, given that your oracle card was introspection, the interpretation that I got from this was fearing needing to come into balance with yourself. The Lovers is about our choices and priorities, and how we shift those in order to come into balance and connect with another person. However, they can also be about the choices and priorities we shift within ourselves so that we may be into balance, so that we may be in balance with ourselves. And given that the card you chose was introspection, that was immediately the interpretation that I was drawn toward. So maybe some sort of fear of self-reflection, which would make sense given that this Mercury retrograde is in Libra, which is about balance and relationships, and after all, you can't really... It's much more difficult to be in balance with another person if you are not in balance or in alignment with yourself. So, a lot of fear of introspection I'm getting. Your fourth card is showing up as the Eight of Wands. The fourth card indicates your hopes for the situation, and you have the Eight of Wands, which is, I like to say, battering ram energy. Things coming in fast and hard, very exciting, very fast moving, a burst of creative energy. What you are wanting to let go of in this situation is the Two of Wands, which is about planning for a long journey and doing a lot of thinking. So it's like you're wanting to shift gears from, observing and planning into moving forward. And your fifth card indicates what you would like to hold on to, and it's the Two of Pentacles, which is all about finding balance and coming into alignment. So it's almost like I feel like this pile is maybe wanting to skip a step, and to move from to not necessarily have to do all of the introspection and planning and just switch to immediately diving in. But ultimately there's this understanding that the balance has to come first. And ultimately, if you were to skip all of the steps of, preparation and things happening at the time that they're supposed to, it would only slow you down in the long run. So this Mercury retrograde is all about kind of doing that grunt work so that things can move as fast as they're meant to in the time that they're supposed to. So it makes sense that your Heart of the Path card is represented by the King of Pentacles, which is all about being rewarded for your work. And Pentacles are also, the suit of patience. So it's about knowing that everything will come together in time, but being willing to do the introspective work in order to make things happen. Hi Pal 2, so here is your 5-card spread and its clarifiers. So the first card I drew was the 3 of Pentacles, which is my reconciliation card, and it's being clarified by justice. So definitely, if that is something that is relevant to you, Mercury retrograde looks like it's about to come through for you. So be on the lookout for that, I guess. If you are not in a position of needing or wanting to reconcile with someone, it could be that there is going to be a new opportunity for you to work with others and get the recognition that you have been needing or wanting or deserving, or all the above. If you have been feeling underrepresented or under appreciated by those around you, that is going to be something that shifts during this time period, as Mercury in Libra recalibrates our relationships, and that includes working relationships as well, or familial, or whichever. All relationships involve work, so really it could be anyone. And your second card is Temperance, and it's being clarified by the 10 of Wands. And so what came through for me with this was this idea of not carrying any burdens that are not going to bring you peace. So if it's something that if things that you're working on or holding on to are part of the work that goes into you having a peaceful life, or a balanced and what is the word I'm looking for? A comfortable life. A life that is, a life that helps you feel fulfilled. If you're carrying any burdens that you know are not going to assist in that fulfillment, in that inner peace, in that joy, then now is going to be the time where you release them. We have the Prince of Swords, which is a very fast-moving energy, being clarified by the 9 of Cups and the Page of Cups, which came out together, which shows to me that very quickly you will find yourself feeling emotionally fulfilled within yourself, and in this state of emotional empowerment, and that once you enter that state of feeling emotionally empowered within yourself, someone is going to come in with a sort of romantic offering for you. And if you're already in a relationship, I would say that that relationship is going to be strengthened or reignited. And next we have the Queen of Cups in reverse, and it is being clarified by strength. So that is telling me that you are moving out of a phase where you are not compassionate toward yourself, and you are moving into a more empowered state where you are not only willing to show yourself compassion, but you actively make it a part of your routine. And so you're no longer in a, I don't want to say victimizing, but maybe like self-deprecating or self-sabotaging state. You're shifting gears into someone who is more compassionate toward themselves, and therefore creating greater strength within yourself, which is likely how you enter that state of emotional fulfillment that brings in new love. And that is confirmed here with the star, which is about hope and healing, and wishes, and it's being clarified by the Two of Cups, which is about relationships. So if you have been hoping for a new relationship or a reconciliation or just a strengthening of the relationship that you're currently in, all of that seems to be coming together for you during this Mercury retrograde. As long as you do the work of introspection and figuring out what you can do to be kinder to yourself and to be stronger within yourself as you are right now, whether you are in that relationship or not, or whether that relationship is how you would like it to be or not. This is about strengthening your relationship with yourself so that everything can come together for you and whoever it is you would like to come into balance with. Oh, and I forgot to mention, your back of the deck is the Magician, and the clarifying card is the Three of Cups. And the Magician is all about manifestation and willpower, so it's indicating that you have the power to create the situation that you're hoping for. The Three of Cups is all about celebration and friendship and community and just strengthening of relationships. So this Mercury retrograde is going to challenge you to do that self-reflection, set those boundaries, like be kinder to yourself when your instinct is to not do that, and allow that gradual strengthening to manifest into greater relationships, whether they be romantic or otherwise. Alright, that's what I have for you, Pal 2. Thanks for watching. Hi, Pal 3. This is your reading for what is coming for you. What you can expect. There we go. What you can expect for this current Mercury retrograde. If you chose the Crow and Dogwood Oracle card with intelligence, then this is for you. I'm starting with the Heart of the Path spread to get an overview of what the general lessons will be, and then doing a 5-card spread with clarifiers. So starting off with your Heart of the Path spread, the back of the deck we have the Wheel of Fortune, indicating that a new cycle is beginning, something is closing out, good luck is on the way, mostly just a lot of new opportunities coming through. You're starting off with the Queen of Swords, which is a figure of clarity. The direction that you're headed is being represented with the Two of Pentacles, indicating that you're headed for working to bring things into alignment. It's like you're clear-headed and you're ready to plan out your next move. your third card, which is the fear in this situation, is showing up as the world, indicating that, again, acknowledging that something is ending with completion and fulfillment, the world being the last card in the major arcana. And the fear here is not knowing what comes next. Because there's a lot of, like, positivity and joy in the world. It's a really beautiful card, but for it to show up as a fear indicates a lot of, like, I don't know where I'm going next. So a lot of this Mercury retrograde will be about you reflecting on what you want your next move to be, and what would be the most fulfilling thing for you. Because your fourth card here, what you hope and dream for the situation, is showing up as the Empress, which is a card of empowerment and growth and abundance, and most importantly, a card of self-love. So this is indicating to me that you're about to do something. Whatever new cycle you're beginning is making you very nervous, and your challenge is to address that nervousness, try to plan around it to minimize it, but also accepting it as part of the situation, because you want to do what's best for yourself, and doing what's best for yourself often looks like doing the thing that scares us. So, like, part of it is, well, I'll try to plan as much as I can so that it's minimally scary, but also, like, it's going to be a little bit scary no matter what, and that's not a good enough reason to not do it. So, a lot of energy around acceptance here. What you're trying to let go of from the situation is the Ten of Pentacles, which represents like long-term commitment, legacy, inheritance. So not letting worrying about the future stop you from making moves right now. Because what you are needing to hold on to from the situation is being represented by the Six of Swords, which is about moving on to the unknown. And it's kind of like you don't know what it is you're moving forward to, but you do know what you're leaving behind, and you know that you definitely don't want to be where you are, since you're needing to leave it behind. Like you know that you need to leave your current situation. And so even though you don't know what is ahead of you, you're still going to take the leap, because it's an act of self-love to do what's right for you and to empower yourself, even if it's a little scary. And so your heart of the path for what is coming through for you for this current Mercury retrograde is showing up as the Ace of Wands, which is a creative spark, a spiritual enlightenment, a new beginning of some kind. So again, really confirming everything that we have looked at so far about starting something new for yourself. So for your 5-card spread with clarifiers, the first card we have here is the Page of Wands, which is about self-liberation and creative excitement. It's being clarified by the Four of Wands, which is about feeling at home, a feeling of celebration. It's about spiritual contentment. And so this indicates moving on from something that is blocking that sense of spiritual fulfillment. This is confirmed by the Eight of Cups, which is about taking what you've learned from a situation and then moving on to something else. It's being clarified by the Three of Swords, which is about heartbreak. And so this says to me, you're either going to be leaving a situation that is actively hurting you, or at the very least, leaving a situation that is prohibiting your healing. Next, we have the Seven of Cups, indicating that you'll have lots of options or opportunities once you do move on from whatever it is that's holding you back. And that's being clarified by the Nine of Cups, which is not only like individual emotional stability and fulfillment, but also the card of wish fulfillment. So big things are going to be happening for you quite soon once you go through this sort of more difficult period of within the Mercury retrograde. Your next card is the Three of Pentacles, which again is always my reconciliation card. So for those of you where that resonates, it could be about leaving one relationship to reconcile another, or it could just indicate having a greater amount of support around you, because the Three of Pentacles is about people coming together to either create something new or work on a project. But whatever it is, the Three of Pentacles is being clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, indicating that whatever relationship is built or strengthened during this time is going to be long-lasting. And finally, we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is the energy of the student or the apprentice. It's about working really hard. It's a very solitary energy, so it's a lot about working on yourself. And it's being clarified by Temperance, which is peace and creativity and all of those type of balanced energies. So it's really saying that during this Mercury retrograde, you'll be forced to acknowledge like what is best for you and move toward that. And that's going to involve leaving some things behind. But so much more like empowering things and things that are going to assist you in your growth are going to be taking place of whatever it is that you leave behind. And I forgot to mention, but the back of the deck for your spread was the Tower, which is sudden upheaval, sudden endings. It is also a card of liberation because it's about the destruction of structures. And it's being clarified by the Fool, which is about taking a leap of faith and new beginnings, and it's a very positive card. So this Mercury retrograde is a time for you to really to move away from what no longer serves you and to become an even better version of yourself. So I hope that was helpful for you, Pile 3. Thank you for watching this reading. Bye!